I don't think I'm ready for the humiliation of Tinder again, man. Is it even legal to be on there if you're 30 and up? I'm not excited about the prospect of reactivating an account full of old pictures of me that would probably be considered catfishing now that I'm 3 years older and 30 pounds heavier. I don't even care if girls are hiding their weight with specific angles anymore. I'm gonna be doing the same damn thing. I think I'll abstain from that for a while. I started calorie counting with an app a few days ago, and I'd really like to give that time to discipline me, as I have already had multiple meals that I chose not to log into the app. What do you mean a small glass of milk is like 200 calories? What do you mean a homemade spam and egg sandwich is 600? I only get 1600 a day as my limit. I'm trying to lose 2 pounds a week until I'm back down to 130 or so, because I am walking around with about 30 pounds of straight gut. It looks cancerous. I'm still skinny, but I have a giant bulge, just not where I want it to be. I'm about 10 years away from Elon Musk bod. That's where it's heading. Pretty soon my Tinder bio is going to say DT IVF. I even calorie count my alcohol now. I figured out how many calories for each shot combined with the calories from the Cran grape juice chaser, and now once a week when I do my drunk streams, I can fast leading up to it, then eat a sizable dinner right before so the drinks don't go right through me, and still have enough calories remaining to party. This is why it burns me up inside whenever there's an errant comment on one of my drunk stream announcements that's like, I'm worried about you. You're killing yourself. You're overdoing it. You have to stop. Dude, shut the fuck up. I calorie count my alcohol. Do you understand? Granted, that's a very recent change, but I'll tell you exactly why this pisses me off. First of all, it's gaslighting. I drink once a week and I haven't even drank enough to throw up in almost a year. The way they act is like I'm a fucking addict jonesing for his next fix. I do not go through my day fantasizing about my next drink. I don't require it for sustenance. I just like it because it's fun sometimes. My weekly drunk streams, plus the occasional monthly game night with friends, is the only time I drink. Second of all, I absolutely hate the idea of someone who isn't dialed into my stream seeing that comment in passing and being like, whoa, Albino must be going off the rails to warrant comments like that, and now they passively think I'm an alcoholic with only that anecdotal evidence. You're just ruining my reputation under false pretenses. Thirdly, if I defend myself too hard, I fall into the trap of, oh, where there's smoke, there's fire. Why does it bother you so much if it's not true, huh? As if rational people are supposed to respond to lies and misrepresentations of themselves with complete indifference. I'm supposed to smile and laugh it off. It's halfway to character assassination, and you want me to thank you for your opinion and respectfully disagree? That's a troll mindset. Trolls invented that shit and popularized it so they could slander and get rises out of people and treat their negative reactions as proof of their slander. I've said this before, but if someone is falsely accused of sexual misconduct or whatever and they get mad about it, people treat that as guilt, and that's insane. It's like from a PR point of view, you're supposed to bottle your emotions and pretend having your name dragged through the mud doesn't bother you, or else everyone's like, got him, he's mad, it must be true. That shit is pure retardation. I don't want to use an extremes argument for my alcohol consumption because it's not an ironclad defense. Like, someone who drinks 4 shots a day will look at someone who drinks 5 shots a day and go, see, I'm not an alcoholic, some people are worse. But at some point, the disparity between me and a real alcoholic has to be so large that I can get away with it, right? Like, I'll make jokes about me being fat, but I weigh 160 pounds. I'm not even considered mildly obese, but if someone left a comment that was like, bro, you look massive, you are seriously unhealthy, you look like you're about to sue Lyft for discrimination, you need to see a doctor right now, I'm worried about you, and watching you be this fat scares me. If someone says that to me, I have the right to rebuke that shit without it being evidence of my morbid obesity somehow, you know? So yeah, stop commenting about my alcohol use until such time as it actually gets out of hand. I'm not your father. I'm not ending my drunk stream and then coming to your house to beat up your mom. Don't put that shit on me. But yeah, not to bury the lead here, but I'm single again after almost 3 years. It was a mutual decision. Nobody's mad. I just noticed for the past month or two that almost every time I asked her to hang out or spend time with me, she would say no, and eventually that led to my unrest and her realization that she would rather be alone. It's crazy that happened while we're living together, too. I'd get up, walk in the other room, and be like, hey, you want to do something? No. Okay. Just walk back to my computer. We still have to live together till our lease is up in August, so after the breakup, I was like, can we have a rule where nobody ever gets brought here? And she said, oh, I wouldn't. I'm going to stay single forever, which is what ex-girlfriends always say about 2 weeks before they find someone else. Love doesn't wait. We already know this. It's a Hallmark movie waiting to happen. And you might be like, oh, well, what did she do all day that she never wanted to hang out with you? Oh, you know, Sims. Among other things, but this is proof that AI is taking over. People have been worried about sex robots that will make humans obsolete. Nah, The Sims already does that and has been since the year 2000. Who needs a boyfriend when you can create your entire ideal family and become their god? She used to talk to me about it like, my Sim was pregnant and she just had triplets. And I'm like, I haven't seen you in 3 days. Pregnant with triplets, at least someone's getting some action. I don't know, man. There's not much to say about it, really. Past breakups, I could launch into a whole philosophical tangent and wrap the whole thing in a nice big bow, but here I'm just out of gas. The saddest part is we have cats who are best friends, and we're gonna have to split them up later. She gets her cat Loki, and I get Riku. They've been through a lot together. Riku was just a little kitten when we brought him here, and it took Loki a few days to accept him. And then 8 months later, when we had Riku neutered, it like fucked up his scent or something, and Loki acted like he didn't recognize Riku and was hostile towards him for weeks. They couldn't be in the same room, or they'd yowl like wild animals and attack each other. I wasn't sure they'd ever reconcile, but they finally did. And now they're basically brothers. They sleep together, they groom each other, they play. Riku steals all of Loki's toys, they both try to steal each other's food. It's like splitting up kids in a divorce, except you can't tell them it's their fault. I mean, you can, they just won't understand you, so it's not as fun. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. Watch all my other videos and drink every time I say hello, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time.